Hello, everybody. Welcome to the post-game interview podcast. I'm co-host Christian.
Alex.
I'm Braden.
I'm Bean.
And this podcast will be a series of episodes where we're going to be discussing all types of sports, every variation, our opinions, and we'll also be looking at some of the hottest trends in the sports world, trade rumors, and stats. So Alex will get us started today.
All right, first off, banger NFL games this weekend. I'm most excited for Bills Ravens Saturday night. How are you guys?
Same thing. I'm fired up for Bills Ravens. Lamar versus Josh Allen, insane matchup. 2018 draft class quarterback battle. It's going to be insane.
Lamar's better.
Lamar's a running
that's
back.
where it gets it.
Whoa.
Lamar can be considered a
bro,
running back, but I mean, Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs, that link up, I can't say that Lamar has a wide receiver he hangs on to in those tight situations. I think he'd rather take the ball himself and run the football field. But
What about
I don't
Hollywood
know.
Brown?
The guy's got butterfingers. I don't know what you want me to say about that, but
Got a point.
he hasn't been reliable all season.
Yes.
I don't even think Hollywood Brown's in the top rookie receiving race right now.
I think
Not
he's
even
second
close.
year.
He's a
Don't
second
be
year. But
surprised if
close.
Is
the
he?
Rams upset the Packers this weekend.
you know
I
what?
can see that happening.
That's
Jalen
a-
Ramsey on Devontae Adams.
I can
Yeah,
see
but
Jalen Ramsey
Ramsey is
locking
known
up.
to choke in big games.
Is he?
Yeah, are you kidding me?
When?
I can't name a time, but I remember he did
Yeah, but-
once. Shit.
Expert opinion, guys. Expert.
I don't know.
All right, first
Um,
game of the day Saturday is Rams versus Packers. What's the score predictions, boys? I'd say high scoring game. I'd say 30-24 Packers, around that ballpark. I think Packers are still going to pull away. Rams will keep it
I
close.
got that score, but for the Rams.
Really?
I say
The Rams-
24-17 Packers.
Smart.
I was going to go close to that. I'm going to say 24-16 for the Packers. I think the Rams defense is going to play well against the Packers. So
Right, bold
It's hard to
prediction.
stop Aaron Rodgers, man.
Bold prediction. Marquez Valdez-Scantling over 100 yards. He is
Really?
going to have a game.
what about Devontae
Jalen
Adams?
Ramsey will lock up Devontae Adams. He'll still have over 100 yards. He's nasty. But
See,
Valdez-Scantling's
that's
game.
the thing. Other than Cup, I don't think the Rams have that much offensive threat as the Packers do. When you look at the Packers, they got Valdez-Scantling, they have Tanyan, they have Devontae Adams, they have Aaron Jones, AJ Dillon. Like the list goes on and
A.J.
on. Whereas
Dillon.
the Rams,
I came out of nowhere.
man,
Yeah,
AJ
the Rams
Dillon,
got-
he came up clutch in those last couple games. Week 16.
Chiefs Browns.
Chiefs, Browns. Dog pound. They're going to win.
Chiefs.
I could see the Browns
dominant.
upsetting, bro.
I saw a fan comment that they're going to have some competition, the Chiefs, this weekend. And then Sammy Watkins said, well, not really.
Really?
So apparently, Sammy Watkins isn't worried about the Browns. But
See,
they did a
but it's
good game.
players like that, man, like where you get to a position in your mind where you're already thinking about the next week and the next game, and you haven't even played the opposition in front of you who came off of a very dominant win over the Pittsburgh Steelers, who went 11-0 at the beginning of the season. I mean, you can't look too far ahead, in my opinion. But
True. Again,
also, I did see a post. I forget where I saw it. It broke down this year's week by week games and the differences between the Chiefs and the Browns. So I have here, so the amount of 40-point games during the week, Browns had 4, Chiefs had 1, 3 TD quarters. The Browns again on top with 5, whereas the Kansas City Chiefs only had 1 game with 3 TDs in a quarter. And then 50-yard plays, you got 4-2 for the Browns again. So they're very dominant long-term play, whereas the Chiefs can kill you in one game and then they can have a low-scoring game in the next. So, and they're also
Okay,
coming off more rest though than the Browns. They had
I'm
an
gonna
extra
say-
week of rest, so we got to take that into consideration too.
I'm going to say 2 different divisions, 2 different schedules. You got to think about that too.
But who had the easier division?
tough.
Definitely
I'd say-
Chiefs.
Exactly.
I'd say
Chiefs.
The
Chiefs,
Steelers play with the Ravens, the Browns, and the Jags, I think, right?
Yeah, but
think so.
No, not the Jags, not the Jags.
Not the Jags.
I forget the
Wasn't
team.
the Jags.
Bengals. Sorry, Bengals.
Yes, Bengals. He's right.
Trash.
So they're a pretty tough division. But did
Yeah.
the Chiefs and Browns play each other in the regular season this year?
No,
I don't think so.
no, they did
No,
not.
I don't think
no,
they
they
did.
did not. So there's no
Like-
insight from that. It's gonna be a good game. I think that's gonna be one of the best games of the weekend. I still think Ravens Bills is gonna be the best game of the divisional matchups, but Browns versus Chiefs, I think Browns got a great chance on that.
What were the scores of the Bills and Ravens game earlier this season?
They didn't play this season.
They didn't play this season. No.
They did
What
not play
about
this
season
So the
before?
Bills and Rams play.
They got clapped
No,
last season.
Bills and Ravens like last season. Remember, because I think Lamar went off in that game last year, where
Got
they
clapped
got
last
absolutely
season.
dismantled. But see, like that's another thing. Lamar's hit and miss. He went in on an 0-2 run in coming into the playoff picture, so everybody counted him out. Pulled off a nice little win against the Titans last week, and now 1-2. He's got momentum. It's just I don't know. They're
Alright, he
playing
didn't get
in.
clapped.
Are they playing it? They didn't.
They didn't get clapped. 24-17. They played December 8th, 2019. That was the last game, but
Are they
way
playing?
different squad.
They playing in Baltimore or Buffalo?
Orchard Park, Buffalo. Yeah.
Buffalo.
And they got about 7,000 fans going to that game too. So Bills Mafia might be strong.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, they're gross.
Pretty good game.
That's a tough call, man. That's a tough call.
Bills
Alright,
all
let's
day.
move on
What's the other
to
game?
NBA.
What's the other game? No,
No, there's more
New Orleans.
NFL games.
New Orleans Saints.
New Orleans. Okay, Saints
are
Bucks.
playing.
Who else?
Saints and Bucks.
Ooh, that's
Best
gonna be a
game.
good game,
For me,
bro.
that's the best game.
Yeah, like how are we forgetting that? That's Brady versus Breeze. Like, come on.
Yep.
Yeah.
You guys see Brady's tweet saying that him and Breeze are gonna be on the History Channel?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
That was a funny picture.
They're fossils,
I don't
bro.
know,
Fossils of
that's-
football.
See, with that game, is Rojo coming back for that game or no?
I haven't heard anything, but if he doesn't, they have Fournette.
Yeah, but
Nothing.
Fournette's shaky. I don't know.
Mhm.
He came. They made it seem like he was gonna have this breakout year with the Jags. All that controversy at the beginning of the season, tying $100 bill to his back pads. Then he gets traded before the season starts. Then he becomes a backup running back, and then he gets some good moments during the season. But now, like,
Yeah.
now is his time to shine. But will he? That's a question.
Yes. I still got Saints to win, but how about you guys?
I'm a huge Tom Brady fan, so I think never bet against Brady. I think he's gonna pull it
Yeah.
out. I think it's gonna be a high scoring game. I think both their defenses aren't that great. Saints might be a little bit better, but I think the Bucks offense will just overpower them, and
Brady will always find a way to win.
yeah, that's right.
Oh well, how is Drew Brees? Is Drew Brees 100% because he just came off of cracking 3 ribs?
Yeah, I believe so.
He's
I
fine.
mean,
He's
like,
good.
Yeah, well, it's a tough game, so I don't know. I got the Saints. That's
He'll be fine.
my lock, but we'll see.
Locks. We love it. All right. Shall we move on?
NBA.
Let's go, Alex. Fire it up.
James Harden. Blockbuster deal.
Absolutely shit.
What?
Absolutely
that's a shit
shit
show.
trade.
Bad for the league.
Horrible
Bad
for the league.
bro. Like that, it's gonna ruin the league. Are you kidding me? Give them the championship now. KD, Kyrie, James Harden. They don't need another all-star, arguably one of the best players in the league. They do not need another point guard like James Harden. I'm sorry, like they don't. Like they already got Kyrie Irving. Like now you got
Yes.
James Harden. Like
Well,
who's gonna
James
fill in
Harden
the
plays the
shooting guard
2.
position?
James Harden plays the 2, but he's a good
Yeah.
passer.
Wasn't Kyrie playing the 2 in Cleveland? Because
No.
when LeBron carried the rock up the floor a lot, and
Kyrie's
then
still the ball
you
in his
always saw
hands.
Kyrie off to the corner.
True.
So I don't know. Like it depends if he even comes back. Isn't he like on a
Kyrie's
hiatus
a
right
goof,
now?
man. He's a goof.
Being a
We don't know where he
now.
is.
I think
He's
you
OTL.
still. I don't think you can write it off the season just yet. There's still the Lakers, still the Clippers. I mean,
Okay.
I'm not a huge LeBron fan, but he's still LeBron James.
So
and they got
I got
AD.
the trade breakdown here. So the Rockets get Victor Oladipo. I'm gonna butcher these names.
Oh no.
Rodnans,
Kirks.
Yeah. Dante Exum, 4 unprotected first rounders, 3 from Brooklyn, 1 from Milwaukee, and then 4 unprotected first round swap picks, all the way up until 2027. And then the Nets get Harden, and then the Pacers get Caris LeVert, which I think is a solid pickup because he's going to have a breakout season just like he did last year. He's going to have continued pace into this season. And then the Pacers also get a 2023 second rounder from Houston. And then the Cavs get Jared Allen and Taurean Prince.
Torian Prince.
Yes. Cavs stupid on their part. I don't know why they need
That's
like
their third center.
Yeah, okay, Jared Allen's good. Calm it. I think Jared Allen's good. He's the young center they need, but they don't need.
But how many centers do they need?
They have so many on the roster.
I saw a report today saying they're going to try and trade Drummond before the deadline.
Yes.
So that's going to clear stuff up. They could trade Kevin Love too if they move his contract to a different team.
So on CBS Sports here, they have a draft grade. So I'm going to read out the draft grades that they gave for each team, and then I'm going to get your guys' opinions on that. And then we're going to try and see who, in our opinion, did the best out of each deal. So there are reports that come the trade deadline that Andre Drummond might be moved again because they were in a similar position with the cap space while they acquired him. But now with Sexland going off, Colin Sexton and Garland going off, they also got Kevin Love still. So bringing in young Jared Allen, I think that's a better move just because he brings more to the table, especially offensively, whereas Andre Drummond, not the best, and he's getting older now too. So right now, he's
still relatively young.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like
I think he's like 27, 28.
Yeah, with these COVID seasons, man, like shorter rest times, more players are getting injured, 100%. More people got to follow the protocol. Like half the Miami Heat is out this week. Same with the 76ers and the Celtics. Like they all got hit with some of their best players. So now half their team's out and they're not even eligible to play. But moving on, so we have the Brooklyn Nets getting a B for the trade grade. What are we thinking about that?
I could see that. I mean, great move if they want to win now. Yeah, it's a win now situation they want.
See, this is my thing.
Gone, but like
future gone for sure with Caris LeVert. Oh my God! But here's my thing: you have 3 superstars. Each of them, when their contracts expire, they're wanting max deals instantly. What happens? Who has their contract done first?
They all at the same time.
Yeah.
All in 2022.
Oh my God. But they're thinking of offloading Kyrie if he keeps up his BS. But like, what's the probability of him actually getting traded?
Not that high, I don't think. Not that high.
And you still got to take into consideration Spencer Dinwiddie. He's not playing only because he had a season-ending ACL surgery. So that in itself, I think that's
come back though. Apparently,
yeah, it's saying that. I think what I'm reading here, he's got an $11.4 million salary, which is crazy. Yeah, because now they got to add James Harden to the payroll because Caris LeVert was not making as much as Harden was. That's just another salary cap hit. It's just like, how much more can they withhold? Like, what happens if they don't win the championship this year?
We're back next year.
But I mean, at the same time, like, what if they don't get along? Like we saw,
I could see that happening.
We saw James Harden and Russell Westbrook get back together from their OKC days.
Yeah.
1 year, done.
Yeah, but they were fine.
Both traded now.
Yeah.
So now, if Kyrie goes, James Harden and KD, they're gonna click or what? Like, because I don't see that happening.
They have like. Go ahead, Brandon.
Go. Okay.
All right, bro.
I think KD's a pretty good passer. He's pretty good where he can be a spot up shooter as well. Doesn't need the ball in his hands as much.
Oh yeah.
But I think the problem is I heard on Undisputed today, like what Shannon was saying, how Kyrie and James Harden are both ball dominant players, and it's like who's going to take that like back seat and become the third scorer? Because they're all they all have egos, stuff like that. So I agree. They're terrible defensively.
Yeah, they
KD's an
are.
okay defender, and the bench
Okay.
isn't very good, but
Yeah, well, Katie and Harden got that chemistry from the Thunder still. Like they're
that
they're
was years ago, though.
relative. Oh, 100, I know, but they still played together. I mean, Kyrie's gonna have to fit in that equation, but it's gonna be like you're playing 2K. Like every single one of those, Katie, Kyrie, why am I forgetting Harden? Yeah. Just gonna keep on doing ISOs, man. It's gonna be every game. I feel like every game is just gonna be an ISO shit show.
In saying that, as much as everybody liked the Houston Rockets' chances, or their opportunity cost, as they like to call it, for the trade, like as much as they received, here CBS Sports has graded them a C.
Wow.
So that's with 8 first-round picks, Victor
Well,
Oladipo, and 2 other players, which add depth to the squad. So
I don't agree with that. I don't.
Well, I
I
think it's
I
definitely
four
don't.
don't agree with that either.
I think the Rockets do really well. Yeah.
I say at least a B. At least a B. At least
What's
B plus.
what's Oladipo's contract worth?
He's an expiring contract, so they could flip him again on March.
Yeah.
I forget the date, but again before the deadline. And he's gonna want the max. I'm a big Oladipo fan, but I think
You know
he
what I
could bring
mean?
a
Like,
lot to.
he just came
John
off of his
Wall.
injury.
Yeah, he's playing well, averaging 28 games. So
He's making 21 mil this season.
yeah,
21 mil.
21 million. So
yeah,
and how old is he?
28.
Yeah, 28.
Okay, so they get a young star where they gave up James Harden, who was 31. Yes, he was amazing. But
Yeah.
like, look at how he was treating his health and fitness. Like, start of the season, this guy came back looking like a truck,
Yeah.
and not in a good way,
Good.
bro. Not in a good way. Like strippers, like who
Pre-game
knows what
meals,
he did,
bro.
bro. Like
Pre-
that's like if you're one of the best players in the league, you're treating your body like LeBron James. I'm sorry, like that
Yeah.
guy in the gym every day working hard, and it shows on the court. Whereas James
Yeah.
Harden showed up, didn't care. John Wall picked up the slack. That's another big upside to Houston right now, having Oladipo and John Wall, in my opinion, because
And
now they
Christian
have
Wood
2
has been
fast-
emerging.
Exactly, but I'm saying like they have fast people to carry the floor in Oladipo and Wall. Like everybody was saying that they didn't know if Wall would be able to uphold like his old
Yeah,
speed,
Explosiveness.
Yeah.
but I don't see any problem so far in the games I've seen.
Yeah. Overall, I
Um,
think it's just a bad trade for the league, but like we'll see how day by day we'll see how it works out once he has his first game. You
Yeah,
know,
I'm excited to watch them play both teams. I think it's gonna be interesting. Totally
I know.
different eras. So
oh yeah. Super team part
both
2.
franchises. Yeah.
All right.
So
Let's get to
next. So what's the final opinions on the trade grade for Houston?
How would we all
Equal
give our ratings on each team?
Alex, you go.
Honestly, no. They got an A. We got rid of the
Who?
idiot Harden. Didn't want to play there. Got 8 picks out of it. And Oladipo.
yes.
Nice.
Bold. I'd say A minus. That's a solid haul for them for the superstar like Harden. That's their future right there, all those picks. So that's
I'd give
a
him an
great
A.
return.
I'd give him an A on that.
I'm gonna go A as well.
I think they got a
Respect.
lot more upside, and you know what? Like it's not horrible for them. They got rid of a very big contract, and even Oladipo at his max deal, I don't think it'll be as worth as much as James Harden. So
Yeah.
saving money and they're building their future. So I don't think that's a bad deal at all. Moving on to Indiana, who apparently is the second best grade on this list, and they got an A minus for their deal. So here, the Pacers were able to pick up Caris LeVert, who, in my opinion, was arguably the third, maybe second best player on the Brooklyn Nets, depending on what standpoint you look at.
Definitely
Not
third.
better than Katie and Kyrie.
No.
I'd say third.
I don't
I'd
know,
say
man.
third.
Like this thing with that is like these players, they rest too much. Like playing every other game, like for what? Like you're in your prime of your career. Like you should be playing every single game.
Yeah.
Like what load management do you need? Like everybody's turning into the next Kawhi Leonard. Like Kyrie's resting
Don't trip
back to back. Westbrook's resting back to backs. KD, like they're playing half the games.
yeah.
And it's a short season too. It's not like it's the same length. It's a short season. Like why
Yeah.
do you gotta rest? Like
Yeah.
but I think LeVert has a lot of upside, and you know, I think his contract for the next 2 seasons is only like 36 million. So pretty cheap, honestly, for a stud like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Pacers were
And-
playing really well.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
And that's another thing. Like they just added, I don't know how old Levert is, but another
27.
young guy to build their franchise up. And they saved 4.8 million with that deal. Because
Yeah, he's making like 17 a year
Oladipo
for the next
was
3. So they locked
next
him up,
3.
whereas Oladipo
Yeah.
was expiring and they weren't gonna be able to bring him back.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
very
cap space. That's
Good move for
another
them.
thing.
Yeah.
And then I honestly think, like, listen to this backcourt. Indiana lines up featuring Malcolm Brogdon, Miles Turner, TJ Warren, and Caris LeVert
And Sabonis,
and
And
Sabonis.
Well, that's their front court. but
That's
best player.
that's
Mhm.
unreal.
That's nice. It's nice.
That's
On paper.
nice-
On paper. But like we'll have to see how they play
Sabonis
together.
is good. Yeah,
Okay, so what's the
monster.
grading for the trade?
surprisingly. Oh yeah. So what's our grades for Indiana? We agree with that, or
Give it a nice
Yeah,
B
I'm
plus.
gonna agree with that.
I'm gonna give him a nice B plus.
I'm gonna agree.
I'm just gonna say same with Dean actually.
Yeah, B
Solid.
plus.
And they got Caris
I'm gonna
LeVert. That's
stick
the
with
big
the A minus.
respect.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with an A minus. I think they did decent. I think they did okay. And the best team to come out of this deal apparently is the Cleveland Cavaliers with a trade grade of an A.
That's insane cap right there. No way they got an 8. There's no way. I'd give them like a C, a generous C.
Well, what
That
did they
sucks.
lose?
A C, bro.
So
Yes. They got Jared
I wanna
Allen.
see
I
what
get
they
it.
lost.
It's great player. Bad move on the
What did they
team's
give
part.
away though?
Hmm?
They didn't
What did they give away?
nothing.
Exum and a pick.
Oh, Exum. Exum was in the thing,
Yeah.
That's
and
not that bad, Jaren. Allen.
Oh,
it was a pick swap. It wasn't even like one of the picks. Like it was a pick swap because
Yeah,
the unprotected guaranteed picks were three from Brooklyn, 1 from Milwaukee, and then the 4 unprotected.
You know what? Final verdict, C plus. I don't like the move right now, but if they trade Drummond or any other big, I could see the move. Like I'd say B plus A minus. If they can move like a big.
What positions? Tar and Prince.
Small forward.
small forward, power forward.
It's almost
Good
like another
defender.
big man.
He's gonna be like a rotational player
mean-
though. I don't see him starting.
No way
I-
he's starting because I think from what I see here, so they're lining up with Colin Sexton, Darius Garland, Andre Drummond, Kevin Love, and then Jared Allen. So
Yeah.
they're playing big man ball, which isn't horrible, but
Yeah.
who goes at the
well,
power forward position? Kevin Love, Andre Drummond, or Jared
Larry
Allen?
Nance.
Larry
Yeah, Larry
Nance.
Nance.
Nance's backup.
Yeah, they got tons.
I liked it a lot. I think Jared Allen's a great player. He
Yeah.
was the best defender on the Nets, great rim protector. So I think he'll
Mhm.
fit in well in the Cavs, and they're building up a young core. So
Facts.
All right,
Right.
let's move over to UFC. Big McGregor fight coming up.
Jeez, January 23rd.
Who you got dubbing?
Lock it in right now. Put all your money on it. Conor McGregor's coming out of this fight. No, I don't. Late knockout, late round knockout. I'd say round 4. Round 4 knockout. I like Poirier as a fighter.
Round
I
one.
think. Jeez, I don't know about that.
Dustin Poirier is a son of a bitch, and he's a tough one at that. Like this guy, he knows how to fight. Like his fight with Max Holloway was probably one of the best fights of the year, and those two guys had a lot of respect for each other coming out. I saw a couple of videos actually after their fight, and you know what? Like, I don't know how this is gonna go down. Like, I honestly see this going all the way and then going to a decision. I don't think either fighter. I don't know. Right now, don't know. Can't really say. Like their records are very similar too. Dustin Poirier's at 26-6, and McGregor's at 22-4. So I don't.
It's a star-studded fight right there. Anything
else is
can
on
happen
the
in
card?
UFC. Ooh,
I don't
I don't know,
really
man.
know.
I don't know
Everyone's
about
really-
UFC, but I gotta go with McGregor. It's just
McGregor.
Conor McGregor. So
Exactly. Main
I just
card, you
find
got
it so
Michael
Yeah, go ahead.
Chandler. Michael Chandler versus Dan Hooker. Michael Chandler's a bod. You guys probably don't know him that well. That's gonna be a good fight too. I got Michael Chandler in that one, but not a lot of firepower in the card. Big
man,
fight island. That's why.
damn.
All right, let's get to big college football championship the other day, a few days ago. Alabama versus Ohio State. Let me just clarify here. Everyone other than me took Ohio State. I'm the only smart person in the room here.
no, we were just
Alabama.
messing with you. We all thought Alabama was gonna win.
No way.
I didn't. I wanted Ohio State. I
I
wanted
want
to see.
Ohio State, but
Yeah, I think me and Alex both wanted Justin Fields' draft class to go up a little bit.
I was also
'Cause-
tired of Nick Saban. The Bill
Bro,
Belichick
my
college.
God. Did you know, bro,
What are you gonna
that
do?
they
Close
never won
friends.
this? They never won a championship. Saban or Belichick, they
Yeah.
never win a championship in the same year. Still holds true to this year too.
Didn't even make the playoffs.
Yeah, Belichick shit the bed. Coming from the Patriots fan that is Braden, how you feel, bro?
I'm all right. Got a bright future coming up. Got $110 million in cap space. Could draft a
Jeez.
quarterback in the draft. Could keep Cam Newton, which I'd be happy with. But we'll see.
I don't think they're gonna keep Cam Newton though.
Yeah, it depends. We never know with the Patriots, but
Bold
could draft
prediction.
Mac Jones.
No, Cam.
What's your guys'
no.
thoughts on Mac Jones?
Leading into the end of the national championship, leading into the draft and the off season coming up, there's a lot of trade rumors around Deshaun Watson as well, and the possibilities and all the different trade packages for him, because Houston is not the place for a star quarterback like Deshaun Watson. He needs pieces. See, now, if they didn't suspend Fuller, maybe different outcome to the rest of the season. Maybe they could have won a couple more games there, but it's still hard to say.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are like going back to Dean and the bet and me and Alex wanting Ohio State. Justin Fields is making a case right now to go over Trevor Lawrence in the draft. I don't know. That's my opinion.
I wouldn't go
I
that
just-
far.
I don't know.
It's tough. I
I
mean,
think
I like
Trevor
Justin
Lawrence is-
Fields.
Trevor
I think
Lawrence
Trevor
is-
Lawrence will still go first. I think Trevor Lawrence will still go
Yeah.
first. I just think
Fields will
I
be
like
top
Justin
10.
Fields. I do like Justin Fields.
There's a
see,
lot of good
here's
quarterbacks in this class. Zach
the other.
Wilson,
Stud.
What about
Mac
what's
Jones,
Mac Jones? That's Alabama.
Kyle Trask from Florida.
Yeah.
Oh, and Trey Lance,
Nice.
North Dakota State.
But that's the thing with the Deshaun Watson trade rumors as well, because if the Jags end up picking him up for something, they don't need a QB at the number 1 spot. So then that leads to the question again: does Devontae Smith go first?
No.
I could
no
see him
way.
going top 5, but there's no way he goes number
But
1.
I'm saying, does he go first if the Jags get a QB before the draft? If they make a
If they got Deshaun Watson, they'd be trading that pick away.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'd be trading that pick
Yeah.
to the Houston for
they
Deshaun.
trade a first overall pick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
for
Deshaun
Deshaun
Watson's
Watson.
Watson?
top 5
100%.
quarterback in the league, maybe potentially.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
100%.
Like all the trade packages, I wish I saved it. I forgot where I saw all the different trade packages for them.
Yeah, it was on
they
Bleacher
all-
Report.
Yeah, and they all had first round picks in them.
Yeah, it was the Dolphins, the Niners, the Patriots, all the
Yeah.
different teams.
Very
I
true.
forget. I'm gonna try and find it, but I don't know, man. Like that's just a hard decision to make, because then there's another thing. Like going back to what I said earlier, if the Patriots cook up a trade for Deshaun Watson, where does that leave Cam Newton? People are saying that he's gonna
Washington.
restart with the. No, people are saying he'd restart with the Jets, and then the Jets would get rid of and
No way.
offload Sam Darnold.
No, Ron Rivera, his old coach, is in Washington. I could see Washington giving him a contract because they only got Alex Smith and Taylor Heineke. They can bring him back.
But for how much at this point? Because Cam Newton showed that 1 year, what was he worth? 17 million this year?
Now you got like $1 million.
They got
didn't-
nothing.
I don't even think he was worth that this year, unfortunately. Like he did
Yeah.
not. I don't think he had a great year. I think
He was
They
all right.
didn't.
I
He
think
was
Well,
worse than all
he wasn't
right.
that great, but
He's worse than all
I think
right.
he
For
was
more
just-
picks than touchdowns, man. Yes,
he also had
he's
12
a-
rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, because I
I
know
think he was
he's
way
a-
too
he's one-
overhyped going into the
Wasn't
season.
that good.
He's one of the more
Yeah,
elite
but-
rushing quarterbacks, but
I
like
mean,
you
he
gotta
didn't
have
have
an arm.
weapons though, really either. So
No,
Oh, yeah.
Jacoby Myers. That's really
What are you
it.
talking about, bro? Jacoby Myers.
He's
Got
not
N'Keal
bad.
Harry, bro. N'Keal Harry is nice.
yeah, they're all right.
Edelman was out for the whole year, so it was tough.
Yes.
And we have no tight ends.
Yes. You got number one rapper, Sonny Michel. You know,
Well, he was out for a long time at the beginning, and
Yeah.
then
Well, Damian
Well,
Harris is their running back.
Damian Harris was
He
okay.
took over.
I'm trying to find
when he
it. Hold
started
on.
doing nice at the end again.
Okay, I
Yeah.
found it. So these are the potential trade packages for Deshaun Watson just before the draft starts to see how it could shake up the league. So
Mhm.
first we got to the Panthers, so they get Deshaun Watson, and then the Texans get Teddy Bridgewater, the 2021 8 overall pick, 2021 second round pick, and a 2022 first round pick.
That's a haul. Wow.
that's a big one. It's a large haul.
That-
Picks are worth a lot more in the NFL, so that's crazy.
Yeah.
I know, but with the NFL, like where if you get drafted, you're almost guaranteed to play at some point in your career in the NFL. That's the thing. Whereas
Well, yeah.
NHL, soccer, they have like so many different youth academies where they can, if you don't make the team, they chuck you down there, and you don't know if you're ever going to play professional, like at the highest level. The next trade offer would be to the Bears. So they get Deshaun Watson goes to the Bears for Nick Foles, 2 first round picks, and at least 1 upcoming day 2 pick.
Nick
don't
Foles, like
I don't like that trade for either. Well, Bears
That
make
won't
out like
happen.
bandits.
there's
See-
no way that happens.
This is my thing. If that trade does go through, because look at what the Texans have already given up. Like they gave up what 2 second rounders for D-Hop. I think that
Like
was
one.
a joke. I think
They
that's
got
a
rid of
joke.
Bill O'Brien.
That was highway robbery
But
right
then
there.
they had a
for
shit season
Hopkins.
again still.
Well, yeah, but different GM.
I know. But see now if they make that trade, even though it's Nick Foles, the Bears upside would be potentially keeping Allen Robinson. Then you
Yeah.
have a backfield and the running back of David Montgomery.
Mm-hmm.
Like so Allen Robertson, Deshaun Watson, Montgomery. That's a solid trio right there.
Oh,
like
yeah,
you got
100%.
good running game
And they have a
great
great
QB.
defense.
and then a great exactly because at the beginning of the season we saw how good the Bears were. It kind of fell off afterwards because they ran into QB trouble. But then you also got to look.
Yeah.
They also have Trubisky. They can use him as a backup.
He's a free agent, so if they can
Well,
bring him back on a cheap
What?
deal.
Don't disrespect the Nickelodeon valuable player, man. Can't disrespect him. Mitchell Trumsaki for the win.
Okay.
I think he was good at one. He definitely declined, but I think he'll still get signed by a team. Like he still has value.
Yeah, even in a backup role.
Well, that's the
He's
thing.
being-
Like, if
yeah.
any of these deals happen, like teams will be looking for a backup quarterback.
Mhm.
Next is the Broncos. This deal, in my opinion, is shit. So Broncos get Deshaun Watson, and the Texans get Drew Lock, 2021 ninth overall pick, 2021 second overall pick, and a 2022 first rounder.
Again, it's great for the pick capital, but it's like Drew Lock. He's still improving, but like
mean,
you're
like-
comparing Drew Lock and Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, there's no
It's
comparison there.
interesting. I think the Broncos are picking pretty high.
Yeah.
They're picking ninth. It'd be the ninth overall pick
Yeah.
that the Texans would get. But at the same time, like getting a QB, you don't have. Well, you got Jerry Judy. Who else do they have on their receiving core?
Cortland Sutton
But then Sutton, yeah.
Sutton.
and KJ Hamler, and then they got a million tight ends, including Noah
and
Fant.
And then
Noah Fant's really good, yeah.
you also got to take in that Von Miller was hurt this year, didn't play a game, so
Yeah.
he's going to come back, and that's going to be a strong defense right there.
They also
Yeah, you
got
guys call
Melvin
up-
Gordon in the backfield.
Call up Kendall Hilton anytime. He's gonna put up numbers for you. Don't worry. Respect though.
Yeah.
I respect what he did. He,
Yeah.
he tried his best. It didn't work out the way he wanted, but you know,
Hit the Fed.
that's how the NFL
Okay.
works.
This might be the worst trade package for Deshaun Watson. So they got the Lions. So the Lions get Deshaun Watson, and the Texans get Jeff Okudua,
Jeff
Okuda.
Okuda.
Akua, yeah, sorry, bro. Like that, I butchered that, but
Third overall
they
pick
get-
last year.
they get the 7th overall pick in this draft and then a
Yeah.
future day 2 pick.
Wow, so no Matt Stafford, even though he's on the
Not
trading
e-
block.
Not even guaranteed, bro.
Oh.
Like it's just I don't understand that deal at all. Like at least give the Texans a decent quarterback. And then the Colts too. This is an interesting one because is Philip Rivers' deal over or does he
Yeah,
still
he's a
got
free
some-
agent.
Okay. So they would be getting so the Colts would get Deshaun Watson and then the Texans would get a 2021, 2022, and a 2023 first round pick.
Holy, they're pulling off.
3
Draft
first
day.
rounders. But
Sonny
the
Mitchell
Colts
was
have
running the Colts.
do the Colts have a top 10 pick?
No,
No,
not even.
So
not even
made
is
the
it a
playoffs.
worth- Yeah, is it a worth first round pick?
Well,
No,
3
even
first round picks. Yeah,
I don't think it's worth.
But-
I don't think it's worth it.
This one I think is most likely to happen, but we'll see.
You're right.
Raiders get Deshaun Watson. Texans get Derek Carr, 2021 17th overall pick, and a 2022 first rounder.
it's not bad.
Hmm.
I think
Just
Derek Carr is
because-
pretty underrated.
That's the thing. Like Derek Carr and Deshaun Watson, like Derek Carr had an unbelievable start to the season.
Is
And
he underrated?
yeah,
I'd
you
say
kidding me?
I'd say properly rated. I'm gonna go as far as underrated. I'd say properly rated. I wouldn't say overrated or underrated. I think he's in the middle. I think he's a decent quarterback.
That's
I
fair.
wouldn't. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Also,
gonna
he
retract-
shot the bed for me in fantasy a couple weeks. Thank you for that, Derek. But
I'm gonna retract my statement. I'm gonna say this is the best trade now that I just saw it. Hopefully there's a couple other ones. But this one I think is pretty decent. So the Dolphins get Deshaun, Texans get Tua, and then the 3rd overall pick in this draft.
Yeah, there's reports saying that Deshaun would want to do that. He would want to go to the Dolphins. We'll have to talk about that actually happening.
I like that. I like that.
But
Yeah, that's good.
if the Dolphins are smart, they do this deal. They unload Tua, who's still got a lot of upside for his career. He could really help out the Texans, especially when they're struggling. The Dolphins get a top 5 QB, and they go and pick up Devontae Smith in 3rd overall pick. So then they pair wide receiver QB.
There you go. They got a few
Gonna
good.
take Devontae.
Yeah. They got
You know what
two
I mean?
Devontaes
It's
on the
3rd
team. Then.
overall. Devontae
A
Parker,
big-
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
But
be a nice wide receiver.
that's an
for him.
option. That's an option. Like if
Yeah.
you really want to like strengthen your offense, which was already amazing this season between Fitzpatrick and Tua splitting the QB spot.
Mhm.
Like you're adding another great wide receiver who just won the Heisman, coming off
Yep.
probably his best season at Alabama. Like you never know.
Definitely is the best season.
And then so this one Braden loves. So Deshaun to the Patriots
Oh God.
for Jared Stidham.
No.
15th overall pick this year.
Stidham.
And then a 2nd round pick in this year, and then a 1st rounder in 2022.
I'd love to see that happen. Might not, but
That won't happen.
You can always
I'm
dream.
gonna- Yeah, so you can only dream, man. Sleep tonight.
This
You can
one-
think about it then.
This one's my personal favorite because this is my team. So 49ers get Deshaun Watson. We give up Jimmy G. We give up the 12th overall pick this year. We give up a 1st rounder in 2022, and we give up a day pick 2. We give up a day 2 pick in either this year's draft or next year's draft.
not bad.
Yeah.
You get Alex's vote.
Alex,
What do you
want?
Alex, what do you
think?
think's
What do
the
you think
best
right now?
deal?
I like the Miami 201.
You think that's
I
the
do.
best one?
Yeah.
I like
But
that
do you
too.
think they'd
Devontae
pick-
at 3? That'd be solid.
You know what I mean? Because then you still have Trevor Lawrence and Fields potentially going 1 and 2. Because who's
They will.
projected
They
number
will
3
go
right
1 and 2.
now?
Penny Sewell.
Oh,
I
that's
think
right.
out of Oregon.
Most likely, it's going to be Fields and Lawrence topped.
Yeah, or
100%.
Zach Wilson, but I doubt that he's a quarterback. Zach Wilson's top 5 though.
100%.
So you think Devontae Smith is going to be top 5 too, or what?
I think so.
You don't
I
think
would
so?
think. Yeah. No,
I
I
think
do.
so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Alex, what do you think? You think he could go number 3?
Who, Devontae?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. He'll go high. Like,
Do you think he's got the potential to go right after Fields?
yeah.
Potentially.
Think all
But
the
see,
records he's
do the
broken,
Dolphins
he's one
need?
of the highest drafted receivers ever.
Yeah. Or do you think that the Dolphins need more defensive help? They
No,
pick
but
up
they already have a
The
pretty good
defense is
defense.
pretty
the
good.
guy out of Oregon.
You know what? CBS Sports mock draft has Devontae Smith 7th to the Lions. So that's what they think.
Really?
They have Jamar Chase above him at 6, which I don't.
There's a lot of good receivers in this draft.
Insane.
See,
Jalen Waddle.
Before.
bro, yeah.
Bills.
Okay.
But here's the
Yeah.
thing, bro. Like, if the Lions do that, they give up that potential pick for Deshaun Watson. So
They have a good
they got
QB,
Matthew
though.
Stafford. You know what I mean? So if that's the
Yeah.
projection, if Devontae Smith falls to them, that's not bad for them either.
Mhm.
Anyways, moving on, we're gonna talk about the NHL season starting last night. That was a very eventful first night, to say the least. Very action-packed
Yes.
Maple Leafs Canadiens game. I want to get your opinion on the divisions, how it's all split up right now.
It's interesting. Really is. Canada division, you got every Canadian team playing each other 10 times. I don't know. It's not a lot of diversity there, but you get to watch kind of the same matchups go every couple weeks, every week. It's going to be interesting.
Some are even back-to-back. Like, I know Edmonton and Vancouver, they played last night and they're playing tonight again. So that's a back-to-back. This is interesting, actually, because Alex is a Habs fan. Dean is a Maple Leafs fan. Me and Braden are Sabres fans. So a lot of rivalry right here between Dean and Alex. Last night didn't go Alex's way, even though they were up 3-1.
Yes.
Choke.
Told you Leafs.
Don't worry, we'll get you the
bro.
next 9 times this season.
No, series going 7-2. Well, 3. Oh, I can do math.
Nylander showed his worth this last night. Like, after the previous year where he held out on him for about 6 months and then finally signed a deal and
Carey
played like
Price
dog
looked
shit.
vintage last night.
Yep.
A little rusty.
I like his new pads.
Yeah, they were sick.
The red pads.
Only
Love to
positive.
see it.
Sabres are
positive about
struggling. Classic. Just lost
Yeah,
their
finished the
Capitals
game.
6-4.
Sabres had the best offseason probably out of any team. Picked up a bunch of great pieces, Taylor Hall being one of them. On paper, team's amazing. What do? Get thrown in the toughest division in the NHL.
Took a
Boston.
5-0 tonight.
Boston, Washington,
It is what it
Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, New York. What? Sorry. The one season we can potentially make a push for the playoffs, we get screwed. But we'll see. We'll
And
see.
Taylor
Maybe.
Hall's on a 1-year contract.
Yeah, I know.
And it's a make or break contract to boot. Like,
Yeah.
if he does well, we resign. If we make the playoffs, he resigns. We don't do
Yeah.
any of that. Goodbye, Taylor Hall. Goodbye, Jack Eichel. Goodbye, Sam Reinhart. Like, we have so many expiring contracts this season. I'm so nervous. And I don't know. I don't know what to do. Like,
Yeah, it's
what was
gonna
the
be
final score of the
interesting year.
Sabres game tonight?
6-4.
6-4.
Capitals.
6-4.
Right.
Who's in
How
that?
about final part of the podcast? We make our picks for the Super Bowl, NBA championship, and Stanley Cup.
Easy right now. Probably right now. Super Bowl. Bills. I see them winning it all. I see Bills versus Packers Super Bowl.
I got-
NBA. Okay,
Oh.
go.
Start with NFL first. I
Go
got
ahead, man.
Chiefs winning against the Bucks in the Super Bowl.
Gee,
Tough.
Brady versus Mahomes matchup there. That's crazy.
It's gonna be nuts.
And I got
Brady's
the
on-
Bucks beating the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. It's gonna happen. Just wait and see.
I got
Yeah,
the
no.
Bills winning. First ever.
Sweet.
Hopefully they don't choke this year like they did 4 years in a row. But I got the Bills beating the Saints in the finals. I think the Saints are gonna upset Green Bay at Lombardi Field, and then go and play the Bills at Orchard Park. I think that's how it'll work. And then they're gonna get cleaned up over there, and the Bills win the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl's in Tampa this year.
Is in Tampa.
Yep.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
So
NBA.
Okay, NBA.
I
I
got
don't see the Nets winning. I see Lakers repeating. We'll see
Not
see
a
how it
chance.
goes.
Not a chance.
I got Clippers
Oh, no.
Nets.
Yes, sir.
Jeez.
Nets winning though.
I got Lakers
Oh.
Nets. I got Lakers Nets. I see the Nets coming out of the Eastern.
My
Bro,
prediction is the
Raptors.
Clippers will beat the Nets
No.
in 7 games.
Clippers beat the
Okay,
Nets in
respect.
That's a
7
six
games.
series.
Kawhi and PG are gonna pull it together.
Mhm.
Well, that's not if they play every other game.
They don't. Kawhi has
Mhm.
not sat out once except for an injury.
Yeah, Kawhi doesn't do it anymore.
Yeah, you say he's donezo with that.
Shorter season.
Well,
I
he
hope
has
not.
to. The
I
new
know.
NBA rule for
Alex,
national
what'd you
televised
say?
games.
What was the last league you said,
Um,
bro?
What do you mean? Like who I
Did you
picked?
say NHL
Oh,
too?
I haven't.
yeah,
I
Stanley
haven't
Cup.
given mine. That's
Christian,
okay.
Christian's
Yeah,
gotta
let
go.
Christian go.
No, go, bro.
Right now, bro, Raps going all the way to finals. Like
They
Yeah,
comeback
just
sure.
won,
season.
by the way. Just beat
They
the
just-
Hornets.
What?
Yes, bro. What's that? 3-9?
3-8.
Let's
But he took
go.
too much
Comeback
drugs tonight.
season.
Nah. On a real note, I got, believe it or not, I got the 76ers and the Lakers in the finals.
Sixers, eh?
I like the Sixers'
Bold.
chances. You know what?
No.
If
Brooklyn beating
yeah.
Brooklyn.
Joel Embiid is right now the projected
Not
candidate
happening.
for the MVP award as it stands at the moment.
I mean,
And if he continues his
Okay.
form and he continues his dominance, I could see him winning MVP and carrying the Sixers along with Ben Simmons to take them finally out of the Eastern Conference semifinals, going into the finals, beating the Brooklyn Nets, going and facing the Clippers, the Lakers on the other side. I think the Clippers and Lakers will have a Western Conference Finals where the Lakers will beat them in 6, and then I think the Lakers will repeat. I think they're dominant still. LeBron, he's 36, but you wouldn't tell the way he just throws it up and then turns back. But Golden State also looks good coming out of that division if they can keep up their form. So we'll see.
All right. NHL. I think it's way too early to predict something here, but
Yeah.
Literally first day
I
in,
got-
but
Philly.
I like that
it's
pick.
not bad.
The Flyers?
Yeah.
Smart.
Winning.
Winning
Respect.
against who?
Habs.
No.
Is that even
They're
possible?
They're in the same conference.
Are
Yeah,
they?
I don't think that, no. Yeah, they're in the same conference, not the same division. I was just gonna say I don't think that's possible, bro.
There's only
So fuck.
okay. What the?
The conferences are still the same. It's just the divisions are split.
Taking the Leafs.
I
This is
don't know,
their
man.
year.
I just got
Their
Philly
year.
winning.
I'm gonna go with the Avalanche. I think they're the favorites. Nathan McKinnon is
Ooh.
elite. So
Yeah.
My prediction, Buffalo Sabres. I'm sticking with my team.
Again,
We got Taylor Hall
Really
for a
early.
reason, man.
really
You know what?
early for this.
yeah, very early.
We just need a goalie. That's it.
Yep.
On paper, our entire team is solid. We just need a goalie. Allmark is not cutting it. Hutton, dog shit. We need a goalie. Bottom line.
All right. I think that's it for the night. All right. Stay tuned next week. We'll be back right again next week. I'm Dean.
I'm
Braden.
Christian.
Alex.
And we're gonna sign off right now. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Like Dean said, come back next week. We'll have a new update for the week's news in sports.
See you guys.